All I ever wanted was to make a meal, to split it with my guys that was in the field. I'm down to split the pot, that's just how I feel. Now that your boy got the bag, we can split the bill. I did it for the ones that ain't got the will. I did it just to show that I got the skills. The way I run laps, nigga, track and field. Hop on my back, there's no cap, I'ma crack the seal. And I don't even care about no massive pill. Busy trying to not get sweet and get my orange pill. I conjure like a wizard or I'm Bradley Bill. Goods that I'm choking straight diesel like Shaquille O'Neal. I conjure like a wizard or I'm Bradley Bill. Goods that I'm choking straight diesel like Shaquille O'Neal. Hey. All she ever wanted was them rich niggas. And all I ever wanted was to make a meal. And I'm just trying to stay away from snitch niggas. And split it with my guys that was in the field. Prime real estate, I'm willing to risk stakes. Moves in state farms, these niggas is really jakes. The way I slid that no other can relate. Gotta keep your grass cut or to slide up like the snakes. Make no mistake, for me, but like a lake. No need to argue facts when there's nothing to debate. Just face your fate, while me, I'm on the cake. You moving how they do for me, it's just innate. The pace I move, you might notice that I'm late. I could bless you even more, but I'd rather ride the base. Without a trace, I'll show her mama ace. If she get a bite of this, she gon' want more than a taste. The pace I move, you might notice that I'm late. If she get a bite of this, she gon' want more than a taste, nigga. All she ever wanted was them rich niggas. And all I ever wanted was to make a meal. And I'm just trying to stay away from snitch niggas. And split it with my guys that was in the field.
I see you right. We about to hit the woo right. Zoo right. Then you all in line. Right, do the zoo right, then we move right, hit the wall right, and we do it right, hit the woo right. Then we walk the line, then we move right, everybody's do, let me move right, hit them with the line, hit them every time, everybody grind, I'ma get it on, hit the woo right, hit the zoo right. Everybody walk, hit the moves right, hit the woo right, hit the zoo right. Everybody walk, hit the moves right. Everybody talking, untamed. Hit the game, I tell them I'ma get it for the fame. Hit the woo right, do the zoo right, walk it out right.
Now hoes loving that Zoom with my baby moms in the bendo. Fuck boys in the official, I step out like it's my debut. This beat pop like a pistol, then come back and hit like a missile. I want motherfuckers that bitch you, I've been thoroughbreds in this bristle. Wonder why I thought they gon' get you when your style deserves the dismissal. You people don't know what you been through, while my family will wanna whistle. I'm lit too, and don't give a fuck what you been through. If it's up and stuck, I've been moved. If it's up and stuck, it's loose, it's been loose, bitch.
Hit the woo right, do right. Everybody walk, hit the moves right, hit the woo right, hit the do right. Everybody walk, hit the moves right, hit the woo right, hit the do right. Everybody walk, hit the moves right, hit the woo right, hit the do right. Everybody walk. Hit the moves right, watch me do the dance when I'm running through your city, yo. Everybody hit the zoo, let's get it, yo. Watch me hit the word, watch me do the whoa, watch me hit the woo, yo. Then I hit the zoo, yo. Hit the woo, right, the zoo, right. Everybody walk, hit the moves right, hit the woo, right, hit the zoo, right. Everybody walk, hit the moves right.
dip it and smoke it, ask me, make me for thought. Like it's gymnastics, know what I'm about. Look at messages, I'm building my classes, give me the asses, then I'm a smack. Like it's some Cassius Clay. Then mama passed away, yo, I feel like pain every day, so I go in it every way. Death to my enemies, those cowards no friend of me. I burn them like third degree, so treat me like an emergency. Then watch how I spit it with urgency. Sipping on vines that burgundy. Made up my mind that I'm gonna eat, so I'm the knife and y'all the meat. It's not even bedtime while you asleep. My pockets so empty, then I'm a creep. So what you reap without a beat. Today I feel froggish, taking the lead. When I'm a hawk, I play the keys. Giving it inches, going in deep. Without my cost, what you in cheap. Won't take a loss, I go for the sweet. Salute, man. What's popping with everybody? I already know what time it is, man. This is TSK, and I am La Ohms, and you already know we locked in. You heard? Knicks played a tough one tonight, but we pulled it out, my boy. Real talk. Let's talk about it. That's what we're doing tonight. We're going to talk about the first game Josh Hart played with the Knicks. I got it all set up. I got my shit ready. Let's get into it. You feel me? I'm going to talk a little bit, and then if y'all want to join me in a minute, I'll allow that too. But rock with your boy, man, because I'm rocking with y'all. Y'all already know the time. Y'all already know the vibes. Let's get into it, man. Look at me, all on it. Bam, I already got it set up. We're going to start. Talk about the game tonight. Matter of fact, I'm going to just give my little quick soliloquy on it and what I think we did. It was a nice, close game for the most part. You feel me? Brunson with 38. Randall with 31. Know what I mean? RJ with Dub. We getting 70 points from two players. What do we expect out here, man? How much more do we want from these cats? Y'all already know. We doing our thing. Close game, though. Close game. They was killing us in the paint tonight. You know what I mean? I'm going to look at those stats a little bit later. They was killing us in the paint tonight. But Josh Hart definitely made an impact on his first game, man. I ain't going to lie. He's our unsung hero of the night. That's what I'm going to call him. You know, I wouldn't call him the player of the game because Jalen Brunson had 38 points. You feel me? But he's our unsung hero of the night. That's real fucking talk. Unsung hero of the night. He did a lot. And I got his stats right here. So let's take a look at that. Where he at? Right here. I think he was the first person I pulled up. So Josh Hart. He had 11 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and was +5 on that plus minus for y'all boys. You feel me? I think he's deserving of one of these tonight for putting in that work, man. You feel me? We're going to start early. Josh Hart gets a smoking Knick bomb for his debut, contributing to the win, grabbing the rebounds, making assists, getting steals, and being a contributor. That's all we need you to do is contribute, man. Don't do too much. Just do what needs to be done. Real talk. Just do what needs to be done. We don't need a lot. We just need enough. But I enjoyed the game tonight. I definitely got hype. You feel me? It fit like a glove, man. It wasn't OJ at all, man. It fit, you know. And if the glove don't fit, you must have quit. And he fit like a glove tonight. So I got to give Josh Hart some props for coming in and contributing immediately just off hustle and energy, man. And that's exactly what we need to see.
you know? First game, instantly, he getting love from RJ. He getting love from Randall. He's getting love from Brunson. You already know they won a championship together, so that's damn near automatic. But he fit like a glove. But where was Grimes in the fourth quarter? Like, he instantly making an impact to where Grimes need to sit down? Like, that's crazy. That was crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I thought to myself, like, because he started playing at the end of the third, and he played the whole fourth quarter. So I'm like, damn, he was like, Thibodeau must have liked what he was seeing. You feel what I'm saying? And that's going to be a topic of conversation tomorrow is how many minutes he got. Everybody going to be tweaking about, oh, he took Grimes minutes. We about to have smoke. We about to have smoke, bruh. I already see it, man. Motherfuckers is predictable. They don't even know they're predictable, but they very predictable. Real talk. But I thought, aside from Grimes and people like McBride tonight, it's the dude's first game. You got to let him build some type of feng shui with the team long term, because if we're trying to build towards the playoffs and he's going to be coming off the bench, it doesn't matter when you start it or who starts. It matters who closes, man, who's finishing, who's playing the best, who's doing the most, and contributing to us, like, just winning ultimately. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's all I care about is if we win it or not, man. And let me get out the way so y'all can see the stats. I apologize about that, man. I do. So y'all can see his stats before we move on. 11, 7, 4. You feel what I'm saying? He came over here and instantly started grabbing close to the 9 rebounds for the 4 assists that he basically averaged what he averaged. You feel me? What, 2 rebounds left plus 5, man? How many minutes did let's look at his minutes. How many minutes did that man get tonight? Excuse me. Let's look at his minutes. How many minutes he got tonight? 26 minutes. So for all those that thought he was going to get 10 minutes, and we know, the elephant in the room is he took Grimes minutes, but he's a quasi starter. If Grimes can hit the 3, I get it. But if you're going to get a dude that's hustling, can play defense, and can rebound, and, wait a little more mature, you got to use him. Chill. Got ads and shit playing in the background. Cut it out. But yeah, like, I get it. I like Grimes, and Grimes is defensively, but I was surprised that Tibbs played him 15 minutes straight like that. Like, I was really surprised. It was more than 15. He played him like that whole fourth quarter. The man didn't even come out the whole fourth quarter. Until the end? The last 30 seconds? If you just want to be specific and nitpick, you know what I mean? But he came in at the end of the third and played through the damn near the whole fourth. I think that's fire. He made a cool impact. Shouts out to Josh Hart. He my unsung hero of the night, man. I'm going to drop another bomb for that boy for putting in work on his first game in the Garden, respectfully. Real talk. Shout out to him. My second hero of the night is the one, the only, 2-time Julius Randle. Can't stop the handle. He had 31 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and was a whopping +4 on the boards. Respectfully, he played 39 minutes tonight, shot 46% from field goal range, 27% from three, 80% from free throw, has 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover. So he's being very efficient. No turnovers. That means he's not over dribbling and stuff like that. I like it. I thought he did his thing. You feel me? He contributed. And I don't really got a lot to say about, because that's what Jew do, man. For real. So we're going to move to Jalen Brunson real quick because he is our player of the game. 38 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, and +4, right? He played 34 minutes, had 47.9% from the field, 40% from three, 84.2 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 6 assists. It said, well, no, that's his career. I'm looking at the game. I'm tripping. All right. 50% from the field, 40 from three, 93% from the free throw line, 3 rebounds and 5 assists, 1 steal and 1 turnover. Another efficient and dominating game. What do y'all expect? We got 2 big-time players right now. Yo, Dose, don't come over here with that. Ain't no baby Lakers. This the big-time Knicks, bro. We from the Big Apple. Ain't no baby nothing. Real talk. Reese Rolex, man. You already know the vibes. But let's address this, baby Lakers. Y'all gave up on Josh Hart, right? Y'all traded him to the Pelicans. Then he got traded to Portland, and now he with us. We've absorbed him, right? We taking him on. So you can't call us the baby Lakers because y'all gave up on Julius too, right? Just because what's one's man's trash is another man's treasure, that's your problem for making bad decisions. Real talk. But I do appreciate the fact that y'all don't know talent and y'all gave up y'all future for that bubble chip. I do appreciate that though, 100%. I mean, I was trying to give Jalen Brunson his praise, and then you came through with them weird comments. RJ needs to get back in the gym. I agree RJ needs to do something, but we'll take the 20, right? He contributed our 3 main factors. We had 30 from one, 38 from one. So that's 70 points from 2 players. Then another, at this point, bro, it's the other people that need to really step up, because if you're going to get 90 points from 3 dudes, you feel me, on any unsuspecting night, then they need to do more, honestly. I wouldn't call that. Well, I just read out the stats, Reese. It says Laker gave up on all they used for 1 bubble chip. I said that as well. But RJ is not the most efficient. But if you got a dude like Randall, he's learning. You feel me? And I can honestly say he's young now because he has 2 dudes he could actually rely on that's going to carry it, right? When that young shit, when he was the main focal point, I'm not going for that, right? You got to grow up. But now that he can actually fall back and rely on a Randall and a Jalen, then now I'm cool with RJ. Now we got help. That's real. I'm cool with RJ because he's not factoring in to whether we win or lose. If Jalen Brunson have a bad game or Julius have a bad game, then we may lose for real. But RJ's not the main point of where we win or lose anymore, and I like it like that. Real talk. But I appreciate you popping up. You already know you one of my originals. So as soon as I get the mod, I don't know. I think I got it. So I got to start putting mods and stuff and doing all that stuff. I just been working on it, but let's keep it going. They're expecting too much from Grimes, sophomore jinx. No, I think he jumps very high on his jump shot. He just releases it a little too late for me, but I like the height he get on it. You know what I mean? I just think it just takes some getting used to, man. The NBA is a rough league. It's a bunch of grown men. You feel what I'm saying? It take a minute to get accustomed to getting bumped around and pushed up on, and you feel what I'm saying? All the greats. You don't just come out a star all the time. Like it take some getting accustomed. That's what I think. Honestly, everybody has to. You're going to come out and you're going to average your numbers, but it takes getting accustomed and then the team putting you in position to actually be the man. And then, you got to earn it, man. They don't just give it to you. I agree with they expect RJ, but you got to understand this is a new role that they putting him in within the middle of the season, Reese, right? So it just, like I said before a minute ago, it just take him some getting used to, some getting accustomed to. Once he gets used to doing certain things, I think he just need to keep his head on the swivel and look to pass a lot because that can open up things for him. He's not good with like passing. You could always see his decision making is just a little too late. And he just needs to work on it. I know he's used to pounding the ball and stuff like that. So his passes will be late at times. But look, he going to get his and he going to keep grinding and striving at this point. I'm not worried about RJ because Randall and Brunson is the main focus. Like they could carry us, right? They're not going to carry us to a championship, but they could carry us. And as long as they could carry us, we in good position, man. Right? Like Brooklyn just lost some of their top guys. Ain't no way you can't tell me we can't creep to the fifth in the next 2 weeks. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Nobody can tell me we can't creep to the next. In the next 2 weeks. Reese Rolex. Josh Hart, last name is exactly what he's going to bring. And his playmaking skills should help Obi big time. Brunson got handles, but he's not a pass first point guard. We knew that when we was getting him though. And you can't necessarily say that. I just think he needs to put his head down at times, right? And produce because that's why we brought him here. He's a scoring guard, right? These point guards nowadays, yeah, we want them to make all these dudes that can't handle the ball for themselves and do things for themselves and feed them. But look, it's a dog-eat-dog world out here. You got to learn how to do things for yourself, my boy. Real talk. You know what I mean? I can make you better, but if you're not ready, you're not ready. Right? I understand that we New York Knicks City and Squad, yo, salute the smoking neck and I appreciate you coming through, fam. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. You already know the vibes. You know what I mean? Who brings the smoke? You already know. But to continue on that, man, Reese said, nah, it's all good. Do what you got to do. I was just on your last comment where you said Josh Hart can help Obi. You seen it a little bit and stuff tonight. Obi leaked out a couple times, and Josh Hart had got the rebound, and Obi got to run. You feel me? He didn't get to finish like he usually or normally would finish that, or we're accustomed to how he finished. But I would say that he still got the foul, and the ball was just moving fast today. Like, they was just moving fast today, and I just like that speed, and it looked like everybody was on timing. So you already know. I mean, everybody was on timing, and that's all we can expect. Like, we got professionals on this team that want to win, and they've been on different situations, and this is where we at right now, man. Like, I heard somebody say it earlier, and shout out to that person. Like, he said the reincarnation of stars. Now that's funny. But I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna drop this intro one time and we're gonna come right back. Yeah, it is early still, but we got like a little under 30 games left. We got work to do. It's not over, fam. We got work to do. You know what I mean? We got to put it in. Like, we got to win at least. I think we could do it. I think we could win at least 15 of the next 28 games or something like that. I'd be very, very satisfied and satiated with that result. You know what I mean? Real talk. But I appreciated everybody's effort tonight, how hard they went, what they did. You feel me? We could get down into all the gritty numbers. Let me see if I could pop it up. I don't really do all of that, but I know people like that. You feel me? When you get down into all of those gritty numbers and stuff like that. Let me see the box score. Look it up. And we got the Nets next. Oh, if we don't beat them, I'm not gonna lie. If we don't beat them, look, they got the shot chart, everything for everybody. Let me see if I can find where is the. Oh yeah, there we go. Read. Bam. Let's talk about the Jazz a little bit. Markkanen, top scorer for the Jazz. He finished with 9 for 23 from the field, 3 for 10 from the three-point range, 8 for 10 from free throw, 4 offensive rebounds, 1 defensive rebound, 5 total rebounds, 3 assists, 3 blocks, 0 turnovers for 29 points. And he was +1 on the plus minus. That's a flawless game a little bit, besides the efficiency and the 3-point shooting, but that's really why his field goal looked like that. And it don't give me the field goal percentage right here though. Jordan Clarkson played 40 minutes, went 10 for 23, 1 for 8 from 3, 3 for 3 from free throw, 2 offensive rebounds, 4 rebounds total. No, 6 rebounds total. 3 assists, 3 turnovers, and -4 on the plus minus, but had 24 points. Colin Sexton, 31 minutes, 6 for 12 from the field, 1 for 4 from 3, 2 for 5 from free throw, 1 offensive rebound, 1 defensive rebound, 2 rebounds total, 5 assists, 2 turnovers, minus 13 for 15 points. And look, I quickly had a quiet 15 points, 23 minutes, 6 for 9 from the field, 3 for 6 from 3, 0 for 2 from the free throw line. The only free throws he got. 3 O boards, 2 defensive rebounds for 5 points. For 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, 1 turnover, plus 2 for 15 points. And Rose, McBride, Fournier, Jeffries, and Keels didn't play. Coach's decision. How many minutes did Grimes get tonight? 22 minutes. Look, see? He was 0 for 3 from the field, 0 for 2 from 3, 1 for 2 from the free throw, 0 O boards, 1 defensive rebound, 1 assist, 1 block, 1 turnover, plus 1 for 1 point. It was clear why he didn't play in the fourth quarter. If we just gonna acknowledge it. Let's get back to the chat, see what they saying. Allah wise, salute. 25 games left to gel and incorporate the return of Mitch. Yeah, man, we got 2 more games before the All-Star break too. Why? So you already know. We look good tonight, man, because we had a problem closing games in the fourth quarter, and our fourth quarter looked different tonight. We look comfortable. We look ready. We look like it wasn't a problem. So, and that's what we want and are looking for. You know what I mean? Real talk. Excuse me. Let's get back to it. I probably could find the highlights. Break down some film, son. We're going to get straight to the fourth. Look, like I said, he was in there in the third quarter. Now fourth, boom. See, I think RJ could throw that right there. You got to start looking for that. Or you got to start looking for RJ. Got to start looking for that. He'd be a way better player if he looked for other players in that position and predicament where Hartenstein's open for the alley. He wants the alley. If he could get the fucking rebound and off the catch and just hit them with them baby little hawk dunks, he want the alley. He calling for it. You gotta at least see, but he can't throw the pass. See, that's the problem. He should be able to throw a pass. He a professional. Oh, y'all can't even see what I'm watching. Hold on. I'm gonna run it back. I'll run it back. There we go. Right here. There we go. And I'm gonna just watch the last third quarter minutes and stuff like that. I ain't gonna watch the whole stuff. I don't want to get caught up in the malarkey. Look, man, y'all already know the vibes, man. We is cooking with fish grease now, ain't we? Real talk. We got grown men out there that know how to play and know what their job and their role is. Like, I like it. I like the product I saw tonight, man. You feel me? Like, more people we can rely on. That's always good. Who wouldn't like that? Like, tell me how y'all feeling about tonight's win, man. Because I feel like we should win the next. I think we should beat Brooklyn. Matter of fact, now I got to pull up the schedule because I'm thinking. Let me pull up the schedule. Oh, God. There we go. Okay. Let me tilt that a little more. People can actually see it, boy. Head chopped off. That's a little better. Okay. So, boom. The schedule says, salute, Eric Wallace. A new person, man. Welcome to the Smoking Knick family. You already know the vibes. Let me drop an honorary bomb for you. Because who brings the smoke? Real talk. Nah, I'm about to get into the schedule because I'm feeling like whether I'm right or I'm wrong, this is just how I'm feeling and what I think, right? I feel like we could win a couple games in a row. So let me look at the schedule and see what it's looking like. Boom. We got Brooklyn, Atlanta. Then we got Washington, New Orleans, Boston, and Brooklyn again. Miami, Boston, Charlotte, Sacramento, LA, Los Angeles. Well, of course, LA and LA. Come on, man. Cut it out. Clippers, then the Lakers. So the next, so we could beat Brooklyn. We could beat Atlanta. We could beat Washington. We could probably beat New Orleans. 50-50 Boston. We could beat Brooklyn. 50-50 Miami. Yo, look, man. I'm being delusional right now, but look. We could go on a little streak. We could go on a little streak. I see us finishing the season strong and making something of ourselves and pushing our seed up. You feel me? Unexpectedly. Real talk. I see us pushing our season up a little bit unexpectedly. Doing our thing. It was a solid game by us. I think I missed it. Oh, no. It says 25 games left to gel better in the corporate. Yeah, I read that one already. But I'll probably go for a couple minutes. Just wanted to give a quick take on what happened tonight and my take and how I felt about it. And I know I'm eccentric about how I go about it, but it is what it is, man. I think that we had a very productive game today. Everybody looked well that should have looked well. and they did exactly what they were supposed to do, be the team that we should be, right? Now we swept the season series and they're gonna respect us. So if they hypothetically make it to the championship and we see them, we know we got the advantage because we beat them, right? I just feel like we just need to start putting our foot on the neck of some of these teams and showing them that we gonna be a problem. You know what I mean? I already think they know because we already a problem, and we ain't got to be a problem like every other team. I'm not basing it off that. I'm basing it off what we do, how we move, how we connect, and we just added another piece to the puzzle. You feel what I'm saying? I know people gonna say, "Yo, he gonna opt out his contract and this, that, and the third," and you know what I mean, and bring up a whole bunch of pessimistic reasons why it won't work out. But tonight, it looked like it worked. And I know Utah ain't no world beaters, but they competitive enough and they got enough people that can finish games, and they score about like 114 to 116 a game. So, and I know we up there as well this year, which is a byproduct of the fact that we have people like Jalen and Randall running the ship this year, running the ship. Like if Brunson don't make it as a reserve at after what's his name got slapped in, fractured his face, bro. I don't know what the NBA on. NBA tripping because that boy been hooping this year. I ain't gonna lie. Not that I've been lying before. I'm just saying. Jalen Brunson been hooping. Like hooping, difficult shots, making it look easy, watering difficult shots. Like tell me what y'all think about tonight's performance. Leave a comment, subscribe, share. Y'all already know the vibes. Know what I mean, we're gonna go for a couple more minutes. Then I'm gonna call it. As I said, quick live. I'll probably do something tomorrow too. I'm thinking about switching it up and doing other things, but y'all know how it is. Love these Knicks, man. And my final thoughts. What's our record at this particular moment, man? I need the standings now. I just told y'all that I think we're gonna go on a little win streak right before the Boston game. And that game is 4 games away. So I think we could go on a we lost last time, so 5-game winning streak that would be. And now let me look at the standings and see where that will put us. How's the standings? Look it up real quick. My apologies. Bam. We are 31-27 with a 534% win percentage. We are 10 games out of first, 21-16 in the conference, 4-8 in the division on a 1-game win streak. And I think we could win the next 4, fellas. I think we got a good shot. And the Heat is 32-25. The Nets 33-27. But honestly, don't y'all think we could catch them? Let me know in the chat, comment. I think we could catch them. I think we could at least make 5. We might not make 4 because they got 37 wins. We got 20, but it just depends. It's not that many games left. 25 games, as Wiz said earlier. So we're definitely not catching Celtics that got 40 wins or the Bucks, but we could definitely catch the Nets. And that's what I'm looking forward to. I don't think Josh. I don't. Sorry, I don't think Deuce lost his spot, Reese. I think that he just got no. I think it was an acclimating process, right? You got to acclimate people to your team. So Deuce been on the team for a couple years now. So him sitting one game is not gonna hurt the bigger picture. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta let what's his name get acclimated with the people that he used to play with. He came in, he played with Randall his rookie season, and he played with Jalen in college. So you let them run a game, see if they could win it together, and see if they could build some chemistry immediately. That's all that happened. Reese Rolex says, "Do you think they're saving Rose for the playoffs, or are they going to buy him out?" Nah, man, I think Rose's moral support at this point. You know what I mean? Like, he's the youngest MVP ever. Like, I don't mind him just sitting on it. I get it. He's in somebody's way, and we could be using that roster spot for somebody else. I get all the analytics and the semantics and all the, you know what I mean? I get it all. But no, I don't get it all, but I mean, I get that situation. I think that Rose is helping the young players, and he's beneficial to the team in some area. You feel me? And sometimes it's like a Udonis Haslam, you know? He don't really contribute to the game, and he plays sometimes, but he contributed in other ways that's bigger than him just stepping on the floor. So I think Rose could be like a player coach like that in that way, especially everything that he's been through. Honestly. How has he looked? See, now you piquing my interest. I was supposed to end the live, but I forgot you went to roll up. You very active in chat. That's why I missed you, Reese. Let me drop a bomb for my man and them Reese Rolex. Matter of fact, we're gonna hit you with the old school intro. He said, "We wanted Beasley and Vanderbilt, but the Lakers pulled some funny under the table type shit." Yo, fam, I think that I, I hate when I gotta get in my conspiracy theory bag because people don't be feeling me. But this shit is all a ruse, man. You just gotta find a way to finagle through the ruse. Grease the right elbows. It's unfortunate, man. We didn't create the system, but we all a slave to it. So it's bigger than us. But you just gotta learn how to play the game. Real talk. That's all I can say. Clutch Sport, I hate them. Why? Explain it to me. Why you hate Clutch Sports? I need you to elaborate. And I'll wait. I'll give you a minute. I don't know exactly where you're framing it, so I can't really give you an opinion. But LeBron gets anything he wants. Are they? Are they? I don't think that bare facts. Yo, Reese Rolex, are you from the UK? I just have to ask you before I answer that. Bare facts. That's bare facts. Or Canada. You from Canada or the UK? I just want to know because I'm global, so I'll be paying attention to what's going on out here. That's funny. But to respond to what you were saying before you respond, I think. Oh, you just started saying bare facts. Okay. Yeah, that's some Canadian and fucking yeah, I heard it from Canadians and fucking I never really heard UK people don't yeah, that's some Canadian shit. Live in Long Island. Okay, salute. Man, I'm from Brooklyn, but I moved a long time ago, bruh. Probably like 2006 or 7, some shit like that. Yeah, a long time ago, bro. Yeah. But to respond to what you was asking ultimately, LeBron get anything he wants. I don't think LeBron gets anything he wants. He hasn't been uh sustaining his end of the bargain for the last like 5 years, to be honest with you, Reese. He actually has like, if hypothetically speaking, if COVID didn't happen, they wasn't winning no championship that year. They won the championship, which we all call a bubble chip, right? If COVID didn't happen, half of the league and the world didn't get hypersensitive because they got things going on respectfully that they should worry about, right? Then it would have been a big difference. Everybody would have been in the play-in, and people been stopped fearing him a long time ago. And you see, as soon as he got to the Lakers, they wasn't even making the playoffs with the young dudes that actually became stars after, right? They left. And they got the one after they got AD, and then all of a sudden he just became injury prone. Not to say that he wasn't before, but it became more of a problem. So it's a complicated issue with LeBron. I don't think he get whatever he want because those players he got is average, league standard wise. Not average is like the average person. No. I said my shorty played too much Drake. See, that's the problem. You let her control what the music y'all listen to. Clear joke. Clear joke, man. Let that girl listen to whatever she like, man. Real talk. But Drake is a good artist, man. I like some Drake. You feel me? 100%. Bare facts. Yo, Drake don't rap how he talk. That's the funny part. Like when you hear him speak and you hear that Canadian accent, bare facts, bare facts. It's like, bro, you don't even need to say bare. You just say facts. Oh, it's funny. It's funny. It's fun. It is funny. I be listening to shit. I be like, yo, that's funny, but I don't judge people, man. I just let people be who they are and how they are, man. You know what I mean? That's the world. Any final thoughts? Yeah, no, that should be killing me too. That shit do be killing me too, Reese. I ain't gonna lie. Any final thoughts on? No, tell me how you thought about the game before I wrap it up in a couple minutes because I'm starving. What'd you think? Who was your player of the game if you had anybody tonight, man? I called it Jalen Brunson. He had 38. He dominated. He made everything look easy. He did his thing, man. Real talk. And I ain't even put the link in the chat for nobody even to come through. Even though I was trying to edit, I ain't even let nobody speak. Any win is a good win, respectfully. I understand that, bro. How Josh Hart looked to you? I thought he looked. I wouldn't say impeccable. Had his bad moments, but defensively, playing that whole fourth quarter like that, game one with us, I thought he got starter minutes, man. So I thought he was respected. He didn't get to start. He came off the bench. Grimes got his minutes. I know a lot of people don't like the fact that Deuce probably didn't get his minutes tonight, but if you got a dude that's gonna be a little more solid, and when I say a little, I'm just being nice, be more solid, then won't you give him the minutes that he deserved respectfully? Because that man was starting in Portland, and for him to come here and just not get any minutes because Deuce McBride, that's crazy. Don't y'all think? Or am I going too far? Let me know. Reese Rolex says, I don't know what it is, but I gotta give Julius Randle his props. His jumper is wet, and I could tell Brunson helped him with his footwork. Look, man, besides last year, every year Julius Randle has been ascending as a player. Just look at his stats. He broke his leg his first year, and every year other that, besides last year, he's been ascending as a player. You feel me? He's entering his prime, or he's entered his prime. Probably the first year he became an all-star, he entered his prime, had a bad year, and then came back even stronger. He's even stronger. Him and Jalen damn near averaging 25 points together. Two back-to-back. The first time, hold on. What Walt say? He said they're the first two players since the 80s to average 30 in a game back-to-back. Don't miss stuff like that, man. We moving, we shaking. I'm telling you, we already know what the vibe is. Real talk, man. Man, that's I bring the smoke, man. I try to keep it as honest as I can keep it, man. Like, I'm not trying to, the optics is not the best for me. I just do what I do, man. It is what it is. But he/Brunson need to lend RJ a hand. No, RJ/himself need to get in the gym. Matter of fact, he need that Randall and Sims workout plan. That's what he need. You know what I mean? He need to go listen to that Kanye workout tape and get that Sims and Julius workout plan, and he might have something going for himself. You feel me? Come in there a little more. If you want to get big, you got to go get the muscles. So when you put your shoulder on people, they feel you. You feel what I'm saying? You can't get out there just be throwing up duds, expecting the ref to save you all the time. Looking at the ref like, what's going on? Come on, man. You know what's going on. You're trash. Finishing at the rim. I didn't make that shit up. Watch every game. You'll see. He get blocked like 3 times a game. We nobody brings it up. I brought it up 3 years ago, but I let it go because it defeats the purpose. You know, he plays on my team. Me hating on him all the time doesn't do anything for us. So I left him alone, and I just left him alone. Real talk. He said, "You keep it a buck every trip. I'm gonna tap in with you, not consistently. Been trying to work out a new project lately. Got to catch up with you, yo, Reese. It's all good, fam. When you could come through, fam. Like we building slow, but we building, man. I mean, it is what it is." RJ do this be throwing shit up around the basket. I'm thinking to myself like, bruh, like he not watching no old school tape. He not doing nothing. Yo, DSJ, what it do? Like, I think RJ need like I said, he need the Randall and Sims workout plan. He need the Kanye West workout tape. And he might need some old school moves, a montage video, so he could, you know what I mean, get his shit together and see what's going on out here. I don't know what be going on in that boy head. Real talk. I don't know what be going on in that boy head, man. I don't. But we won tonight. He dropped 20, however ugly, right? But he contributed. He did his best. He tried his hardest. That's all we can expect and appreciate, Real talk. I would love for him to be more consistent as well, fam. But, you know, that's wishing on a star. Because RJ is what he is, And I'm not saying he can't improve in the next 4 years. Yeah, he can. He really could. But because he gets a lot of great opportunities, he just makes a lot of bad decisions. But he's 22, as most people would say, and think about the decisions we made when we was 22, right? And if you are 22, you're not going to make all the best decisions in the world. You still don't have a full perspective of what everything that's going on around you, so to speak, right? So it's a complicated issue. A lot of things can affect you, which can affect your basketball game. Once you start being secure of yourself, then you're more secure in other areas, so to speak. It says RJ Barrett, DSJ says RJ Barrett needs 2 things: Hakeem Olajuwon footwork training, pro AM run, and training with DeMar DeRozan. Yo, don't forget that Kanye West workout tape and that Jericho Sims and Julius Randle workout plan. Don't forget that. He says, Reese Rolex says, and I hate, he takes 5 steps back and tries to steamroll his slow ass to the rim. Yo, 4 years from now, he will not be a Knick. Even in 2K, he always gets traded. Oh, Reese coming for RJ head, bro. Look, this is not the RJ Barrett what we would call echo chamber, right? I just want that man to get better. And we still got him, so I need him to get better with us, right? For either the best player possible that we could get or the best version of RJ that we could get. You feel me? Respectfully. Now you good. Say whatever you want to say, man. Just keep it non-toxic. Real talk, man. Finally, speaking about RJ with solutions instead of just saying he trash. Hold on. First of all, DSJ, people provoke me, and then I have to keep it 100% about the man. I always try to start with diplomacy. We started being a diplomat, right? But if people push a little too far, then I'm gonna just keep it 100 with you, man. It is what it is, you know? Because, man, the way people was coming for my mans and them back in the days, we had to just, burst some bubbles out here, man. And then I didn't like who. Just keep it real, DSJ. Who was ultimately made right and made wrong? DSJ says, "How did people provoke me?" By not understanding that Randall was carrying us, got us out of the dumpster fire that we was in, right? And trying to put all this praise on RJ Barrett for getting 20 points, the same 20 points he getting this year, fam. That really most people starting to realize it don't even matter. So, and I was trying to tell people, oh, yes, they tried to literally put RJ over Randall last year. They literally tried to do that. So that you don't, he just became an all-star for us the year previous. So that had to be some prior nonsense and people emotions on how they felt. And when I was watching it, I'm like, yo, I don't know where this is coming from because this dude became an all NBA player, which he probably make all NBA again this year, right? Became an all NBA player for us, and they're hating on him for a dude that could barely make layups. Come on, bro. Are y'all serious? That's called provoking. I wouldn't say tit for tat, man. When I seen the pylon like off the top rope, I didn't like it. Everybody was just piling on. You feel what I'm saying? Running with this narrative like our best player on the team at that time was this garbage bin over some dude that can barely make a layup. Are we serious? It's not even really a conversation. I thought it was idiotic, honestly, that people was really running with the narrative that we need to trade Julius Randle to make it RJ's team. That shit was dumb to me. It's still dumb to me. But people don't bring it up no more. But that was the narrative all year last year and all summer. So let's not pretend that, you know what I mean? I ain't forgot last year. He didn't even play for Canada. As soon as his ass was about to get traded to Utah, he decided to opt out, Reese. But let me read what he said. He says, I think playing for Canada over the summer fucked him up. It's like he got tired legs and he lost a step on defense. He was turning into a good two-way player. No, he wasn't. I disagree with that on the last statement, but he didn't even play for Canada either. Because as soon as he was about to get traded for Donovan Mitchell, his agent probably told his ass, you're not playing basketball because they're about to trade you and you're in a contract negotiation. You can't get hurt. So his playing time was over. That's why he came out of shape and fat. I know who you're talking about. I'm talking about RJ as well. He didn't play for Canada. He went to the team. He might probably practice a couple times, but he didn't play. Yeah. At the time, I didn't like RJ. And it wasn't that I didn't like RJ Barrett. I'm wearing his jersey at the moment, right? It was the fact that I didn't like how people was trying to put him over somebody that's proven himself, right? Over somebody that didn't do anything. I don't move like, oh, just because we feel like you should be better and we feel like you will be better, then you should be over. Motherfucker, you ain't doing nothing to be over the person that's actually doing something. The fuck? Come on, DSJ, man. Stop it. I ain't forgot what I was talking about and why I was getting at people at the time when I was doing what I was doing before I switched it up and tried to be more politician with them. You feel what I'm saying? I already said he didn't. I already said that he didn't have a good season last year, right? But I also said that I didn't even like his attitude like that. But let's not pretend that RJ had a good season last year. Did he have a good season last year? DSJ? Honestly? DSJ says, you stop it. You literally just admitted hating on another player for the sake of another player. And I gave, but hold on. No, I gave context on why, right? One player contributed to getting us out the dumpster fire that we were in. Another player contributed to keeping us in that dumpster fire. RJ did not have a good season last year. His season, what? Hold on. Did you forget that he didn't even get hot till January? And then he finally got his average up to 20. So that's a good season. Just because he got it up to 20, that's a good season. Being inefficient. Oh, or was it because that they let him run the team and get most of the shots and most of the opportunities towards the end of the season? Is that why he have a good season? The same reason they were saying Obi had a good season and other people, where they had a good 10-game stretch? What's good, Mel? What it do? I'm just saying, man, if we're going to keep it real, because I'll keep it real about Randall. It's things that I don't like and it's things that I do like. But we got to keep it real about everybody. When we start, I don't pile on RJ. I left him alone, right? I let that shows I don't, because I was going hard. I could go hard, but I left him alone. So you already know I don't pile on. So, but when I hear the piling on, somebody got to push back. I go left when people go right, fam. That's just me. OB do needs to get stronger, but Reese Rolex says, Reese Rolex says, OB needs to get stronger, and if he doesn't improve his rebounding, he gonna end up super glued to the bench, sweating his warm up suit. Yo, keep it come. Yo, my man says, yo, Reese Rolex, keep coming with the fire comments, man. DSJ, what it do, my B?
What's going on, son?
Let me drop it. Let me drop it for you one time, man. I appreciate you coming through. 100. What's good, my G?
Yeah, what up? What up? How you feeling?
I'm doing well. How you doing tonight on this beautiful Saturday?
It's too beautiful over here. I'm working in this rain.
I apologize about that.
Hey, it is what it is. It's life. Nah, I mean, listen, I don't even want to do the debate thing, right? Because at the end of the day, I think for me, I've always said I just want to see improvement, right? And I saw incremental improvement from RJ last season. Incremental. So we're talking about small steps, right? Um, with Randall, he regressed. He had a bad season. This season, he's back to form from his All Star year. We're celebrating that. You know what I mean?
Don't undersell it, DSJ. He's beyond for he's over that form that he was in the first season. He's come on, man.
No, I'm just saying, like, no, he's back. He's back to looking like an All Star. All NBA players. He's doing well. You know what I mean? And I don't want to undersell anybody because I think everybody, what I'm saying, like again, people will sit there and say, well, he's having a good season because Brunson's here, right? As opposed to saying that
I
he's
don't
putting
think
the work.
I think whether we got
And I
Brunson
think
or not, he would have a good season. But
right,
continue.
and that's what I'm saying. Like I think I'm saying he just put in the work. He expressed
You
the
cut,
media
you cut,
about
you cut,
having.
you cutting out just a little bit. Sorry. Continue.
That's all good. Hold on for a second.
Yeah, but I think according to what DSJ saying, man, RJ just needs a chance, man. Like at this point, like I said earlier, now that we got two dudes that we could actually rely on, and if Josh Hart is going to be the quasi third, excuse me, I could take that until RJ matures and grows up and understands what's important,
Yeah. Now here's the caveat, right? Because I don't want to be on. I don't want it to be conveyed like some RJ stand. RJ has to take the responsibility. RJ has to be
I wasn't
responsible.
conveying you like that though. I never
No, no,
even.
no, 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 no. I'm not saying you were. I'm saying this for the public, for anybody that listens in after this, because
Okay.
again, in this chat so far, what I've been doing has been giving RJ his flowers to a degree. But
No,
what I also
and
want
it's
to
funny.
do,
You don't troll me like you troll other people. You actually have conversation with me. That's funny.
yeah. But here's but
That's
here's what
funny.
I also want to do. I also want to let it be known that you're partly responsible for the things that's going on. Same way I just sat here and said,
I'm partly responsible.
no, no, I'm saying no. He's partly responsible for
I
his.
thought you meant I was partly responsible
No, no, no,
for
no, no, no,
people
no.
hating on
He's partly.
RJ. I thought that's what you
No,
meant.
nah, nah. This ain't about hating on RJ at all. This is about what he needs to do in order to improve going forward. Because you can't, like, while everybody else is working, you taking the off season to build your brand and all that. Now that's commendable to a degree.
But
But
he
if
still
your
had to play
occupation is
ball. You got to do
basketball,
both.
right? If your occupation is basketball, then everything else is a secondary option. And you need to focus on getting your primary correct. You know what I'm saying? Priorities. You know what I'm saying? Is
You can't come in the
that's
camp
the
fat,
that's the issue.
slower, uh, and getting in shape in season. That's unacceptable.
Right. And that's the same thing that, again, if you talk, again, look at the greats. Kobe Bryant sat there and ridiculed Shaq for that reason. Like you can't
Yeah,
play yourself
same reason.
into shape. Same
Get
thing with James
in shape
Harden. You
in
can't
season
play yourself into shape.
and
Yeah.
playing yourself into
And
shape in season. Yeah, and we
so
watched
with
it.
that in mind, yeah.
RJ
So
didn't get in shape. At least he didn't take till this January this year. He didn't get in shape until like the end of November.
yeah, but still, it's not a good look when you already have a reputation of starting slow. Because again, what you don't want to do is, if you're an NBA player, you don't want to shorten your career based off a bad reputation. You know what I mean? I mean, again, you're still. And it's funny because I always say this. RJ, well, I haven't always. I got to a point where I started saying that RJ Barrett is a three-level scorer with two dimensions to his moves. at
think
what point do we start saying? Yeah, at what point do we start looking at? You got to come up with some other stuff because driving to the lane, like if I already know your move set, it's either a 3-pointer, push
or a
shot,
wacky
mid
layup,
range
bro. He got
floater,
no layup package.
or a
How you
contested
that
layup.
tall and you ain't
Yeah,
got no layup package, DSJ?
and to me that's why I said the first. And that's why I'm saying, in order for him to improve, what I think he should do, he needs to get into the gym with Hakeem Olajuwon the same way Kobe Bryant did,
He needs to
because it
learn
helped
big
out with
man
his
layups.
footwork. Nah, but even, forget the layups, because footwork is more. At this point, footwork is important. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not able to get past defenders
Because he don't got no
off of
fundamentals. His fundamentals,
right,
his fundamentals is
right. His
messed up.
fundamentals is lacking.
Right, they wacky.
So you got to fix that. DeMar DeRozan, I've been saying he needs to train with him for the fact that he has that package: footwork,
You mean like the
mid
mid-range game?
range game,
Yeah.
counter moves. You know what I'm saying? If you want the best version of RJ, those are the elements that he needs to
But
showcase in order to.
you forgetting one thing, DSJ.
What's that?
The Jericho Sims and Julius Randle workout package with the Kanye West workout tape.
Hey, if that's what it needs to, if that's what needs to be added on to it, then pile it on for the summer.
All
Now let
summer,
me
that's
ask you
all
a
I need to
question.
hear. Kanye West workout tape, and he with Jericho Sims and Julius Randle getting buff. You feel me? If you want to be big,
Thanks.
get buff. But you can't be big and slow, because he's slow. He moved like a log.
Yeah, that's why I was. But see, that's why I was talking about the footwork thing with Hakeem Olajuwon, because
Nah. I'm not
he
off
got it.
offense.
He
I'm
got to
talking
improve.
his lateral quickness on offense and defense. Like, so you talking about his footwork in the post, but if he's slow laterally, it
Well,
doesn't matter.
that's another
Offensive defense, he's slow.
that's another training montage. But I feel like, again, if you give him those elements, those fundamentals, I think we're talking a completely different animal. Yes. Are you happy with the idea of giving Tom Thibodeau an extension?
Who are you at? Of course.
I'm asking. Okay.
I'm not a Tibbs stan, but Tibbs is a great coach and he contributed to getting us out the dumpster. So I want to see how far he could take it. I'm not against Tibbs for all the small reasons that everybody is against Tibbs. Like, I look at the bigger picture, and the bigger picture is he's moving us in the right direction. Because we could be in the wrong direction. We could be where we used to be.
Yeah,
A lot of
I
people
mean,
forget.
you could
A
be.
lot of people forget because we've been relevant the last 3 years how bad we were and for how long we were bad.
There's no
I
way
don't.
we can forget that, having been
I
scrutinized in the
don't.
media as much as we have been.
I don't. And that's why they had this disdain and they disrespected us for so long. The disrespect is turning into respect. There's a reason, man. It's Thibodeau, Randall, and Brunson. Players like that, and the Leon Rose and Worldwide West. Like, people like where we from, people just like to just be negative just to be negative because they ain't got nothing better to do, man. Real
Yeah, I
talk.
hear you. I hear you.
And I'll say it. I don't care. If we was moving in the wrong direction, I would not like it. You feel me? If my spirit just would naturally not like it. I feel like we're moving in the right direction. That's my opinion. My opinion is not gospel. That's just how I
So, how far do you think that we can take it this season?
feel. This season,
Yeah.
well, we still got Fournier, we still got Rose, and the buyout market. We can still pull something off that. Uh, I see us going anywhere, like just depending. I was talking to somebody earlier. I think I was talking to Still Knicks, Ron from Still Knicks fans, and he was saying like, what if we got like uh Brooklyn first, Philly second, and then Boston third. And I'm like, yo, I think that's a good like sequence, you know what I mean? And a good I think we have a chance if we get those teams in that kind of order, you know? Even if it was Cleveland second or something like that, I think we got a good chance. I think we could go as far as Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson take us. So I would say either second round or conference finals, you know? Just depend on the feng shui and how we plan it towards the end of the season leading into the playoffs, you know? His
Yeah, I
chemistry,
feel you.
and we need RJ. RJ don't know how fucking important he actually is, man. RJ is very fucking important. You feel what I'm saying? All you got to do is like I always say, all you got to do is hit 8 out of 16 shots, and we win damn near every game because Julius and fucking Brunson going to do their thing every night.
Nah, I mean, I hear you. I hear you.
But he's
I
still
just,
learning his game, and I get that. Like you come to a big grown man league, you got to learn your game, and especially when you still he don't know his game yet. So you know he know what he's good at, but he don't know his game. So it's a big difference. You know what I mean?
yeah. But I will say this: if the Nets ever sat here and said, "Okay, we'll make a deal with you, offer up Mikal Bridges," RJ, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to let you go, G.
See what I'm saying?
I'm gonna keep it
Hold
a
on.
buck with you.
There's Jay. What's going to be the talk all summer? Because I know you ain't got all night, my nigga. What's going to be the talk all summer? If we don't, if if and when right we make it to the playoffs and Brunson and Julius is doing their thing and RJ is giving you the same old inconsistent does shit, right? What's going to be the talk all summer, fam? Soon as June
You know
1st
what?
hit, what's going to be the talk?
At this point, it's gonna be the contract and
Nah,
how
it
he's
ain't
not
gonna be the
living up to it.
contract. It's gonna be trade him, dog. Come on, man. Why you?
Nah, I'm saying it's about how
know
he's
what
not
you
living
know.
up to
Don't
it.
pretend you don't know. They're gonna be trying to
You're
trade
not.
that man as soon
You
as June
see,
1st hit, bruh.
this is where your fandom shows how much you. I just sat here and I said it's the contract and how he's not. You didn't even
Not
let
gonna
me
be the
finish. You
contract.
just cut me off.
The number one issue is gonna be trade him. You're talking about the symptom. You're not talking about the problem. The problem is him, right? So if he's the problem, his contract don't even matter. What? How much he make? What? 23 million? You think we can't get rid of that contract? Why? Because we can't get rid of Fournier?
we
Were
can.
we even trying to get rid of Fournier, or was that what they telling you? We don't really know.
Listen, I'm not answering the questions that I don't have the answer to. I'm
Yeah,
saying
you
you
ain't answering none of
you
my
asked me.
questions.
I am answering. You just so busy cutting me off and stop. If you let me talk, then I talk. I can answer your question. You
Go
can
ahead.
hear it.
My
No,
bad.
but I'm saying that the conversation will be the contract that we gave RJ Barrett, how he's not living up to it, and what we need to do in order to either A, get off of that contract, or B, he needs to make exponential improvements, or he's gonna look, again, it's gonna make the front office look like y'all just giving money away to busts.
I don't think the RJ contract was a bad deal. I don't think it was a bad deal. Once that TV money, as we always
Don't
say,
listen.
kick in.
I ain't.
What? I can't make excuses for RJ's contract? I'm listening.
You haven't done again. If you just sat here and said he hasn't done anything to improve his game, right? Then you
I
can't.
never said
You
that.
can't.
You said that.
You didn't
I
say he didn't
never
improve
said
his game.
that.
Four
Those were
four
not the
years and
words
he
that
hasn't
came
improved
out of
his
my
game.
mouth. I
4 years and he hasn't
I
improved.
said he
You
need the
said that.
workout tape from Kanye West. He need the workout regimen from Sims and Randall. That's all I said. I never said those words that you said specifically. No, I didn't say that.
I'm about to say, hold on now, because we're
That's
not
how you
talking about.
interpreted it, but that's not what
Yeah,
I
we're not.
said.
We're not talking about this live. We're not talking about just on this live stream now. Let's not act like you don't be on.
Now we
Let's not act
checking
like you don't be on
receipts.
other
All right, all right,
platforms.
all right, all right. We checking
So
receipts. Okay, it's all good. It's
so I'm
all good.
saying,
It's all good.
and again, it's not saying you're wrong because I'm agreeing with you. Like this stuff needs to improve more than just a couple of steps in order to make it look like this is a fair deal because you're not getting what you paid for. If you got a RJ Barrett, they only get again, like I said, he's a 3 level player with two dimensions to his game. That
What-
is that's
What's those
that's
two?
not even
What's
that's
those?
that
What's
math ain't
those two
even mathing.
dimensions though? You specify.
Okay, a contested layup, right? Contested layup is one, and and standing in the corner that's two, right? So he can't, he's not a good creator off the dribble as far as say on the mid range and on the perimeter. When he gets into the basket, when he gets into the lane, into the post, it's like muscling in. So there's no wiggle room, there's no counter moves, there's no nothing. It's driving in,
There
and
is no
everybody knows
package.
what you're gonna do.
There's no. He got no layup. Zero layup package.
So there are your two dimensions right there. Standing in the corner because you're not good off the dribble,
But you said he
or
was a four-dimensional
no,
player.
I said 3 level. No, I said 3 level, 3 level, right? So he can score in the post. He can't score in the mid range. He can't score in the perimeter, right? He has the ability to do it, but he does it with two dimensions to his game. There's no counter to his game. So if you're going into the lane, yeah, he's gonna throw it. He's gonna throw that ball up, and a lot of times it'll be contested. If he gets
So,
past his defender,
so,
great.
so he's a hindrance and a detriment.
His game is, yeah, absolutely. That's why I'm saying I agree with you. I've been trying to let you
No,
know I'm on
I'm
board with
listening.
it, but
Yeah, maybe I'm being overcomplicated with it, which I apologize about. But man,
but
I said
but he
this.
needs to but he needs to improve his game.
I
Again,
said
you
this.
got people that's rooting for him and want to see him succeed. Then he has to improve. Again, this is what I said.
Look,
He has a response. He's partly
I'm
responsible
rooting
for
for
this.
him, and I want to see him succeed. DSJ, you think people may think I don't, but he's on the team, right? So if he doesn't succeed, he contributes to us losing. I don't think like that, right? I just call a spade a spade. That's it, right? When people try to make it about Tibbs and make it about Randall, and then like just to specify last year, make it about a bunch of things that's not basketball. I just was not feeling that shit. So I called it out, right? That's all I did. I mean, but we're in a better position now. He's not as relied upon. So he gets a chance to actually learn in a good space. You got players that he can rely upon, and we're playing winning basketball, and he can learn how to win more. You know what I mean? And
I feel you.
tonight, DSJ, the fourth quarter we looked comfortable in the fourth quarter. We didn't have no late game woes like we usually have. It was back and forth, and then we took over, right?
Yeah.
So I would say that the Knicks have been developing RJ gracefully. It comes to a point where this motherfucker got to develop himself.
And that's where I'm agreeing with you on. And that's why I was saying he's partly responsible for this situation too. And he has to take that
No,
responsibility to
overly,
improve.
not just partly, overly.
Well, no, hold on. Because when I say partly, I'm saying on his end, he has to do his part to get better individually, right?
Yes.
So
Cutting out a little bit.
development don't come from the individual by himself. You gotta get that head coach to be a part of that situation as well. Now the question I pose is this again: what
How do
is
you get?
his?
Hold on. Let me stop you right there real quick because I want to ask you a
All
question.
right, yeah.
How do you get better at playing basketball?
in terms of development.
In terms of development, yeah.
Okay, so coach draws up situations to help the player in terms of this is what I know you're good at. So I'm gonna try to do what I can to expound on that. But I want you to expand your game. So I'm gonna assign you with drills and things like that in order for you to improve. The same way that every other sport does it. You know what I'm saying? A boxing trainer will sit there and tell you, okay, well, you're gonna hit this speed bag in order to get your hand speed going. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna hit you with the heavy bag so you get your power shots going. You know, things like that. And I think when
Okay.
it comes down
I
to
like that. I
basketball,
like that boxing analogy. I appreciate that.
yeah, so when it comes down to the basketball aspect of it, okay, you know, you got the ladder that, you know what I'm saying, the floor ladder where, you know what I'm saying, you do that to get your foot speed going. Again, you know, personal trainers, they've been utilizing that a lot, but head coach got to also be able to draw up those plays to bring that out. And
So
that
you
whole,
think, and just to summarize, you think Tom Thibodeau is holding RJ's development back?
not that he's holding it back, he's just not involved. I don't think he's as involved as he should be. As a matter of fact, like
Hold
I
on,
can
as
tell
the
you
head
now,
coach?
as the head coach, I think he's been passing. Now, I'm gonna tell you how I can prove that, right? Because Darren Erman, the associate head coach, is the one that's responsible for Miles McBride and Quentin Grimes' development. And you don't have to take my word for it. Miles McBride said that himself in terms of what's been going on. When it comes down to Emmanuel Quickly, when it came down to the question of his development at the end of the season last year, he was giving credit to Daisuke Yoshimoto and the rest of the coaching staff, right? And I'm listening to this language as they're saying it, and I haven't heard anybody sit here and say Tom Thibodeau's name. I think Tom Thibodeau is so focused on drawing up the plays and all that stuff, but he's giving more responsibility to the associate head coaches, the assistant head coach. And I think some of it is okay, well, you're so busy drawing up the plays, and I want you to run it this way. Well, what happened to, okay, you know what? He's not getting it. Let me help him out. Let me teach him where I want to position him so that way he can get this shot off a little quicker. Um, if we're talking about defense, here's how to, you know what I'm saying, position yourself to be effective in that manner. See, those are the conversations that I'm listening, waiting for, I'm trying to listen for, and I never hear that. I always hear other people's names. And that's why I'm so familiar with these other people's names. The Daisuke Yoshimoto's, the Darren Erm. You know what I'm saying? Because those are the guys that are getting the credit from the players specifically. And I'm waiting to hear Tom Thibodeau's involvement. The same way when you talk about other teams, they'll sit there and
But
tell you
but
that the head coach is involved.
I gotta push back a little bit. You don't think he's in tune with what his assistant coaches are doing, even though he might not be getting name dropped in that specific instance?
Not necessarily, because again, the players will give them that credit. Players have given credit to those head coaches. Again, Kenny Atkinson's name was ringing in terms of what he was doing in Brooklyn because those players were giving him that credit. They were telling everybody about, okay, Kenny Atkinson helped me with this, along with the coaching staff. So
Mm-hmm.
while you're sitting here saying these specific names, they're also going right back to the head coach Kenny
And
Atkinson. Mike
and
Brown
I think
is
Dice K and Johnny Bryan and all those coaches that you named are actually contributing because a lot of our players have been getting better. You know what I mean? And it's a
right.
slow process. It's not an overnight thing. If you don't got the height, the weight, the width, the length, you know what I mean. Other
Yeah,
than that,
yeah, yeah.
you gotta grow and mature naturally. So But I've seen improvement out this team all season. I might not like how every game finishes, but I try not to be hypercritical. You feel what I'm saying? Being hypercritical is a waste of time. You feel me? In my mind. You feel me? And I especially because it's not my money on the line, right? I'm not
Yeah,
paying these players. So, and I
yeah,
understand that they're human beings and not robots. And that's, I get it's a
yeah. I feel
product and
you.
it's our favorite team, but we also got to understand these people got lives. These people are human. They got emotions, and it might not always go how you think it may go.
I hear you. I hear you. Hey, listen, I hate to cut and run, man. I got to get back in here.
Yeah, nah,
You know
man.
how
I
it go, but
appreciate you
real.
stopping by, bro. 100%. You kept me going 30 minutes longer, so I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
You have a good night, DSJ.
You too, bro.
Stay solid, man. That was DSJ, man. Let's drop a bomb for that homie real quick, man. Coming through, blessing us with the presence, man. Real talk. Where that bomb, man. There we go. Man, salute to DSJ for coming through. Telling me about Daisuke Yakamoto. Talking about assistant coaches and shit. And development. And who getting the credit for development. Man, that's funny. I like conversations like that. I should get fine-tooth comb me, man. Fine-tooth comb me. And he came through with a fine-tooth comb me point, and I had to drop a bomb on him for that. Real talk. For real. Let's get back to the chat. Let's see what the chat talk about. The homie Mel says, we got to keep Harstein. Fournier should go. Well, the trade deadline has passed, sir. So everybody on the team is staying on the team at least till the summer. Real talk. And he says Kyrie was supposed to be traded to the Lakers, but Joe Tsai blocked that idea, though. Look, Mel, I won't even lie to you, fam. Kyrie is one of my favorite players in the NBA, has been for a long time. But I'm not talking about Kyrie. I don't care what Kyrie got going on if he ain't on the Knicks. Real talk. 100%. I know I missed a couple chats back, so I'm going to go up a little bit because I didn't get to read them. He says, next topic, Knicks trade deadline. Bro, the Knicks the deadline passed 2 days ago. Where you at, Mel? Look, see, I missed that. I would have laughed a long time ago, like an hour ago, or 30 minutes ago. I did see your comment about Hartenstein. Oh no, let's go back. Sorry. We still haven't found a stretch five yet either. Tibbs told Hartenstein to cut that bullshit out. It worked. He said, cut that bullshit out. It's working. Hey, she damn near fouls as much as Sims, and he tried to act clueless about it when the whistle blows. All right. I'm not too 100% sure what he was talking about, but we'll move on. You already know the vibes, man. It's the smoking deck. They keep it drill. 100%, man. Knicks had a good, solid game tonight. I think We don't play till Monday. We got Brooklyn as well. You feel me? But they don't got KD and Kyrie no more. Now we just play them twice a year. So we ain't got to really worry about them. Now we only got to worry about Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons. We know they didn't crucify his status. Like, but would you trade for Ben Simmons? I'm gonna ask everybody in the chat. Would y'all trade for Ben Simmons, man? I would only trade for Ben Simmons if we gonna play him at point guard and let him guard the smaller guards like he was doing, because he was an all-star doing that shit. But now that they put his ass at power forward, he looking kind of salty, man. But that's the league, man. When they put you at your natural position, man, he ain't that guy. Shit tough. Real talk. I appreciate everybody that came through, show love, did they thing. I appreciate everybody. Jamel Williams, Reese Rolex, DSJ, Delano Steele. Who else came through? A couple people came through. Gotta go through the chat. Dos Akis 916. Yeah, oh. And the New York Knicks city and squad came through. Wiz, Eric Wallace. You feel me? I appreciate everybody that came through, man. This is how we're gonna go out. We're gonna go out old school. I'm gonna drop a couple on y'all real quick, right? Drop the old school one real quick first. Now we're gonna finish like this. I appreciate everybody, man. Like, share, subscribe. Y'all already know the fucking vibes. Stay locked in, man. We in there. I'm tweaking. We're gonna go out like this, 100%, man. Everybody have a good night. Have a good Sunday. And eat good.